That's my mother name.
What's up guys, KW175 back with another Pokemon Duel video, and this is the Fire Gym Cup. And I know it's a little bit late getting up guys, haven't been feeling the best, but I definitely wanted to get this up because it's such an awesome series, and we have a ton of new things coming in Pokemon Duel on June 1st. So I definitely have a two-part series coming out, this being part 1, so definitely look out for part 2 coming up pretty soon after this, like all in the same day. Definitely should be up within the hour of this posting, but as of right now, we're on a 6-win streak, 6-0 against Change, who's also on a 6-win streak. So this is kind of the curse, as you guys know. In the Gym Cup, when you get to a 6-win streak, some weird things can tend to happen. So just kind of taking a look at the team, I really like this team. I sped up the playback, so we're able to get through more duels in a shorter amount of time. Otherwise, these videos would be super long. But it's already going to be a two-part series, so that's going to be pretty long. I don't have Aggron. I would have loved to have tried Aggron in this gym, but we're going to come out with Regirock, try to get rid of this Entei, and there we go. And we do have the Zoroark, so if he decided he wanted to come in with the Entei and attack our Chandelure, then, you know, we would have been able to switch out with Zoroark, hopefully would have been able to win. Him not having Hurdle Jump, we have plenty of 3 MP to keep him from getting up next to our goal, so we can continue to put Pokemon in his path so he's not able to, you know, threaten game. That's something that I've noticed worked pretty well in this gym. If they get right next to your goal, you know, it's going to make it a lot more tough. So we have a pretty good setup here. Blaziken against his Aggron. We have the Regirock against his Combuskin, as long as the Combuskin doesn't hit the Cyclone Kick. But he gets the Cyclone Kick. And we're going to hit the Multi-Blast anyway. So now he has an evolved Blaziken. And I didn't choose to evolve my Blaziken throughout this entire Gym Cup. I didn't run Combuskin, because I was running the Mega Blaziken. So we want Mega Blaziken basically at our disposal, and we don't want there to be a prerequisite of having to get the evolution to be able to, you know, use the Mega Blaziken. So we're going to try to go for the Wall Crusher, and he's going to get the Protect. So yeah, I feel like Mega Blaziken should do a little bit more damage with that Flare Blitz. He really should, because you know, Evolved Blaziken's doing 150, and you know, at a chain level 10. And the Mega Blaziken's only doing about 160, so I don't know, I just feel like it should be a little bit stronger. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I definitely don't really enjoy the purple. I don't think it's that great of a move, but we're going to jump by, we're going to burn, we're going to try to get the Jet Kick for the win, and we are going to win because he's burned, so that's pretty nice. Jet Kick would have been, you know, pretty nice, because he had a miss, he had the purple, so it would have been nice to be able to pull that off. And yo, we're gonna get rid of that Terrakion. So he's, you know, definitely not in a great position right now. He's gonna have to double chance. I'm just hoping to survive here. Jet Kick into the Cyclone Kick. And he's gonna get the Flare Blitz. Feels pretty bad, you know, because I mean we could have easily won the game if we could have pulled the Jet Kick off against the Aggron, and then, you know, we were able to just knock out his Terrakion. All we had to do was survive. And unfortunately, you know, we weren't able to capitalize. But we are going to take the Surround with the Arcanine. That was a sneaky little Surround. You got to be careful in this Gym Cup, man. You really do. You know, with that Arcanine being able to go through Fire types and Burn Pokemon. You have the Entei who's able to go through Burn Pokemon. So, yeah, you definitely got to be careful. Hammer Arm is going to go off, knock our Arcanine out. His Regirock is burned currently, so that's going to be pretty good for us if we're able to, you know, cycle the Arcanine back out. Our Blaziken, you know, with the Cyclone Kick could do some damage against that Regirock. Nice. 110 is going to go off against the Jet Kick. So I'm going to just move up with the Zoroark. Zoroark's going to be a great matchup for his Aggron, and, you know, you have to attack the Aggron. You really do. Trying to set up a little bit of a surround on this Regirock. Now I move up here first, because I wanted to kind of deter that Aggron from moving up, but I probably should have went with the Blaziken. And then I would have, you know, because now he moved off the goal with the Entei. So, yeah. We have this surround set up, but he's probably, you know, at this point, yeah, seeing it, and then he moves the Terrakion over. So I don't know. Maybe I should have moved the Blaziken up before I moved the Koko. But we're going to move up and attack that Aggron. Explosion's going to go off. I'm okay with that. I'm definitely okay with that. So I'm going to move over with the Chandelure. And I don't know. Maybe I should have attacked with the... Chandelure is going to get knocked out. So we're going to attack with the Zoroark, try to get the knockout, and we both miss because of Arcanine's ability. And I kind of misplayed there. I was thinking, you know, hey, yo, the cross counter into the 120. Well, since we're burned, we're going to shift into a miss. So that was kind of the beginning of our fall. Now we don't have a gold block. I look at my plates, and I'm like, I don't need an X speed. Well, I did need an X speed. If we would have played the X speed, we would have been able to knock out that Arcanine, and the game would have continued. But we made a couple of misplays, and we lost. So it's kind of the curse. It's not just bad RNG. It's, you know, making dumb decisions throughout that. So now we're going to be currently 6-1. We lost our first battle, so we're going to open up our 6 win streak boosters, hoping for an EX. It's been since the Fire and Bug Gym Cup since I've got an EX. And we're not going to get an EX just yet, so I will continue to search. And we're going to jump into another matchup in just 1 second. Now we're going up against Gene89, and let's go ahead and take a look at the team. Gene has Koko, Aggron, Zoroark, Combuskin into the Blaziken, and Arcanine and Lunala. 1697, we're at 1665, so we're you know, pretty close in the gym ranking. Gene's a little bit higher than us, so coming out with the Aggron or the Arcanine, and it's kind of nice not having a completely fire deck. You want, like, I wanted to have at least 2 Pokemon that were not fire types, so I didn't have to worry about the Arcanine moving through us. And now I'm trying to figure out, like, who do I want to put up against the Combuskin? Well, we're definitely going to go with the Blaziken, and keeping Arcanine on our back, on our bench, for if, you know, they decide that they, you know, if they have like a hurdle jump or some way that they're able to take one of our entry points. You kind of want to leave Arcanine on the bench so you're able to get off the bench all the same. It's kind of like a free invisibility cape, I guess, if you could think of it that way. So we burn the Combuskin. We get rid of the Cyclone Kick, which is going to be amazing. We don't have to worry about, you know, the Combuskin really evolving at this point. I mean, he's still going to be hitting for 60 at a chain level 10 when he's burned. So if you have a Zoroark like I do, you do got to kind of worry about that 50, the Sucker Punch going off. But, yeah, I'm just going to come out with the Arcanine now. Mega Blaziken. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it was an okay use of it. I would have liked to do a little bit more with it, but I'm trying to get in position to where I can surround this Arcanine. But he moved the Aggron over, so we would have to attack the Aggron, which our Chandelure has pretty much no chance of winning because it's a 3 MP. So the Heavy Slam, it's just like we lose, he has to miss, basically. So we're going to come after this Combuskin. We're going to get the 120 gold, which is pretty nice. And he's going to move up with Lunala, attack us. Doesn't land purple, unfortunately. So, yeah, moving back with the Arcanine. And Lunala's going to come up for the attack against our Zoroark, and we're going to get super lucky Sucker Punch into the Lunala's purple, which, you know, is a good, that's why I'm glad that it's at least a gold attack. I mean, if you have to give it a bad off attack, that's why, like, yeah, he rolls it, and it's super annoying whenever you need the cross counter, but, like, thinking back, that Sucker Punch comes in clutch a lot. And we're going to get the knockout against the Aggron. Zoroark was, like, it's so amazing in the gym cups anymore. Like, pretty much every gym, I think I've been putting Zoroark on my deck. And the only reason he's not on my deck in League is because I don't really have a place for him. You know, there's really nobody else that I want to get rid of for the Zoroark. So, Koko's going to be moving, threatening game. We have 2 Pokemon. We have double max revive plates, so, you know, that's why I'm not running a gold block. So, he does have the Zoroark. This was definitely a misplay, but he doesn't switch. And we're going to get the knockout on the Koko. Not really sure why he chose not to switch there. But he does have a Pokemon switch. He has a long throw. So, I mean, he could potentially switch out with that Arcanine, with like his Lunala or something like that. And then he's going to be able to bring the Arcanine out through our Blaziken, also with a long throw. So he long throws the Combuskin. We're going to go in for the attack, hoping to land our 110 into the 80 Flare Blitz. But the knockout's not going to happen, and he gives us the opportunity to sack our Chandelure and surround his Combuskin, and I'm definitely going to take that every time. Definitely going to take that every time. Now, if I was him, I would definitely Pokemon switch either with the Aggron or with the Lunala, but he's going to come after our Blaziken, and we're going to get the Cyclone Kick as long as he doesn't hit the Sucker Punch, and he gets the Sucker Punch. So, I mean, it worked out for him. But we are running a double Max Revive setup, so I'm going to be, beelining straight for that Arcanine, trying to get the Flare Blitz into the extreme speed, get rid of that Arcanine. Now we have Coco, which is going to be blocked by Aggron, which is super annoying, so I'm just kind of hoping for a blue or neutral turn. There we go. So I'm like, okay, well, I got to try not to fear the Aggron. So we're going to take the Surround, and we got to survive this. I'm like, let's go. I'm like, dude, that was amazing. I'm like, can we do it again, though? Can we do it again? I'm like, you know what? No. Let's go in for the attack against the Arcanine. I feel like it's the best play. There we go. Get rid of the Arcanine. That was a much better... we had way better odds there. But he doesn't attack. Doesn't see the Surround. I guess he thought maybe his Aggron was going to block our Coco, but, we could just go the other way. So GG to Gene. And we're going to be jumping into the next matchup against Snoop on a 7-win streak. We're on a 2-win streak. He's got the Heat Rotom. And we're going to be jumping into the featured duel because I did not record this matchup, but it felt like it was a pretty good matchup. Going up against Snoop, seeing things from his perspective. So let's go ahead. We're going to take a look at our plates. Double Max Revive on an X speed, double chance, he's got an X attack, gold block, he's got a long throw. So he's got a level 4 Heat Rotom. A lot of miss. Definitely a lot of miss. But, if you leave it back just for its usability or its utility for that -30 against fire types into your fire types, it's going to be pretty nice. But he's got a decent team here. 100%. Not a bad team. Level 5 Arcanine with 1 chain level. So, I don't know. I kind of considered putting 1 chain level into my Arcanine just because if everybody that bought it put that EX Cube into the Arcanine, then at least we could go neutral. But I'm like, you know what? Nah. I don't think it's going to be that much worth it, so, he's going to attack. We're going to switch into the Zoroark. Unfortunately, we're going to get the Night Days. So, we have our goal surrounded. He's got one of our entry points, and we have Arcanine on our bench still, because, we're able to bring Arcanine out at any point because he has the Moltres there, and we are going to come out now and attack, get rid of that Moltres. Look at that. Only a 90 extreme speed because of that Heat Rotom, making us do -30 damage. So it's definitely something that can be a major problem for you. So yeah, everybody that grinded the gym out, an explosion's going to go off, which seems to be Regirock's favorite attack. But everybody who grinded this gym cup got the Heat Rotom first, definitely had a nice advantage, especially going up against other fire decks, obviously. Because it only works if a fire type attacks into your fire type, or, a fire versus fire, basically, is the only way that it's going to work. And he's going to get a miss on the Entei. Entei just has such a huge miss. Like, that 4 MP is nice. He's going to give us the opportunity to surround with the Chandelure. And it was kind of a nice little comeback. Cross counter is going to go off against a weak spot kick. We're threatening game. And we're going to move up with the Blaziken. And this is so comical. I double chance thinking I can just move right through my Chandelure, but I'm like, oh my god, you can only do it with Mega Blaziken. So definitely a huge misplay on my part. Wasted a plate. So we're going to move over here with the Chandelure, and now I'm going to move in with the Blaze. We wasted our double chance, and we hit the Jack Kick. So yeah, that was definitely a misplay on my part. But the Flare Blitz is going to go off, knock our Coco out, but our Arcanine's going to be able to move right past his Arcanine and protect our goal, which I really like. It's nice having those multiple 3 MPs who's able to move through other Pokemon, because then you can kind of keep defending your goal properly. Protect's going to go off. I don't want to explode. I do not want to hit the explosion, and that's what we hit. And it's my own fault for, attacking next to the Chandelure, but I wanted to keep the entry point, right? And I wanted to attack to try to advance, and yeah. Like, Carmenite would be nice for the Regirock to decrease that explosion as far as possible. That's, even with the Multi-Blast being so weak, it's still not a bad move against the Zoroark. An explosion can be good in certain situations, but, not overall. So he's protecting pretty well. I'm going to come in for the Cyclone Kick, and we're going to get Miss into Miss and get surrounded by the Moltres. Just can't get that one clutch spin. It'd be nice to have another double chance, but like double max revive's really nice, and having that Mega Blaziken's really nice as well, because Mega Blaziken can move through all Pokemon. So you can go kind of first turn with Blaziken and threaten the entry point right away going Mega Blaziken. And he's pretty strong. The Wall Crusher, can come in pretty nice for you whenever they're turtled up on their back line, but players that know what they're doing and know what Mega Blaziken does know how to set up so that that Wall Crusher is not going to really do anything. So we're in a pretty tough position. I got to get rid of this Arcanine. I'm like, let's go Zoroark. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. He's going to go in for the YOLO, and as long as we don't miss, we should be fine. But no, he does have that Heat Rotom, so we would be doing minus 30. So actually his Moltres can knock us out. So I got to defend, and here comes Combuskin. I'm like, hit blue. Okay, branded. That's going to work. I'm like, you know what? I got to take this around first, because that Cyclone Kick is just too scary. And lucky for us, we were able to get the burn off, and Arcanine's ability is going to be coming in super clutch for us. And I'm like, of course you get the Fierce Roar whenever we hit the cross counter. He sets up a surround. I'm like, I got to get rid of this Heat Rotom, but we hit a miss. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, just give it. We just need to get rid of this Heat Rotom. Jet Kick's going to go off. At least we don't get knocked out, because they land Revert. Coco's going to block off the Arcanine, but we're actually going to get the knockout with the quick attack into the Searing Shot. Here comes Combuskin, going to knock us out with that weak spot kick, and we have an evolved Blaziken, no chain level. So, basically that Blaziken, its only advantage is a plus 10 on its Jet Kick versus our Jet Kick, and it has an extra star on the Cyclone Kick, which is pretty nice. Alright, Arcanine, you gotta knock out this Blaziken, and no, we're gonna hit a miss, and that's GG, boys. We get wrecked, because the opponent, Snoop, definitely played pretty well, and we just couldn't get a couple of rolls that we needed, so had some pretty bad RNG, but at the same time, the opponent played well. We may have made some misplays along the way. Still no EX, but we are going to get a Riolu. Super pumped for the Mega Lucario that's going to be coming. And I'm so happy that I called it out. As soon as I seen the buff for the Lucario, and I'm thinking, well, Tyranitar just had a Mega T-Tar. I definitely think Mega Lucario is going to be coming in the update. And then they tease it out with Mega Houndoom and Mega Lucario. So we are going to get into that in part 2 at the end of the Fire Gym Cup series. So definitely keep a lookout for the part 2 coming out shortly after this. And if you guys are enjoying the video, definitely leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. YouTube has been messing up the sub boxes pretty bad. There's a ton of people, you hear a lot of people talking about it, not getting certain videos in their sub box, not being notified when their favorite content creators are uploading. So if you want to make sure that you always get a notification so you're able to see every new video that I post, or at least have the opportunity to take a look and see if it's a video that you want to watch, make sure you have notifications on and be subscribed. So getting into this next matchup, going up against Mew Mew, who has the Celesteela. He's got the Mega Ampharos, and if you take a look, we made a change to the deck. We got rid of Regirock and we put in the Entei. And I was told also by Cranny, and I was talking to Fodder, because they were doing so well, were able to get their Invincible Trophy. I'd already kind of, lost some streaks. As you guys seen, we lost a couple of matches. So I'm like, you know what? I'm willing to make a few changes. So, Entei for the 4 MP. I didn't know if it was worth it, but it definitely was. So if you guys take a look, I get super lucky. I'm like, we got to hit the Darkrai. So we hit the Darkrai blue with our Chandelure against this Celesteela. I move up with the Coco because I'm thinking we still got a huge Melee Wish and we have a dodge. I'm like, come on, Coco, let's go. And we get the Melee Wish and the Celesteela just gets shut down, and we're able to get a quick, super easy win against the double Ampharos-ite. Double Mega Ampharos and a Celesteela. So I thought that was pretty awesome. We're going to take home that win, get on a 3-win streak. So we're going to be jumping ahead. We're on a 5-win streak, still running the Entei in place of the Regirock. And as soon as I get that Heat Rotom, I'm thinking about putting that in place of the Coco. But we're going to be going up against a super high-ranked opponent. I believe this guy was in the top 20 in the gym. You can see his ranking up there. It's super high. 2179. We're only 1822. So he's going to be rushing down with the Entei. We're going to block with the Arcanine. We got double max revive. We have, and I'm like, okay, you know what? We're not going to go Mega Blaziken. We're going to go double chance. I got to get rid of this Heat Rotom. Because it was such a pain last match I had against the Heat Rotom, so we're going to be able to get rid of it super easy. And I'm like, just come and block me off. Oh no, he's got the Entei 4MP. So I'm going to move up. We don't have a double chance, and of course he gets the Fierce Roar and is able to defend against our Blaziken. So I'm like, ugh. So I'm going to defend. Come out with the Chandelure, and now we just got to kind of set up and try to play this one right. So I'm going to rush down with the Entei. His Combusken's got a pretty good chance of knocking us out. And I'm like, you know what, Entei, let's do it. I'm like, okay, cool. Because I'm like, Entei at least has the 3-star purple, which might be a little bit bigger than the Zoroark's Sucker Punch. And I don't know, like, it could go either way. So I'm like, I figured we would just save the Zoroark switch. And we're going to get super lucky. Like, we had a surround set up as long as we went neutral. But, again, not able to get the knockout on that Entei. So I'm like, come on, we just got to survive, hit blue, and we're going to get knocked out. So I'm like, all right, we're going to take the entry point. And he's going to attack us. So I'm like, okay, I'm glad I saved Zoroark. This is what I've been waiting for. Cross counter is going to go off, and we're going to take that Heat Rotom out, which I was super happy about, because that minus 30 is so devastating. It really is. It really is. So he's going to backtrack with the Entei, and I'm hoping for a Cyclone Kick or the Flare Blitz into the Stomp is going to work out just fine. So now we have some backup with the Arcanine, hoping our Blaziken is going to survive against his Blaziken. He's going to go Mega Blaziken, which I could see him, jumping through, burning us, and he's going to attack our Arcanine, which I thought was pretty insane, since he had such a huge purple Jet Kick, and our extreme speed beats all of that. So here I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, you know what? I think this is pretty much GG, right? Right? No, not right, because he has a max revive, and he's got the Entei, so he's actually able to move right through our Blaziken. And I'm like, oh, crap. Well, we have some max revives of our own, so all we need to do is really just hope for that Stomp, or at least us land our purple a couple times in a row. And 120 against 120, we're both going to be burned, which is fine. And I'm like, you know what? We got to attack. Let's go X speed. I just got to hope that he doesn't land the 120 or the 80. So we actually land the Searing Shot, which was annoying because we could have got that knockout and that would have been game. So we have a surround set up. He's going to attack us. I'm like, what? And that's going to be GG, boys. We're going to take it with the Arcanine. And yeah, man, we caught ourselves a big fish. Look at that, 45 points. Again, I think this guy was in the top 20 in the entire gym ranking list. So we're back on a 6-win streak. And I believe at this point we've lost 2 matches, I want to say. So we're going to be jumping ahead. We're on a 9-win streak. I have the Heat Rotom, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want to make any changes. So guys, keep a lookout for part 2. It's going to be out shortly, and see what happens.